All right. So I have started the recording. Your screen is not visible.
Just a second. Now we can see it.
Yes.
Just I went to that video. Just I downloaded the files, everything what we need.
Okay.
And then just I got the this one Sublime extension.
Okay.
And then just I got the my app from the folder. Just now I'm checking that Angular version and that's it.
Okay. Okay.
just I have to
Now
go
you
through
can,
it.
yeah, you can run this and see. Go to command prompt and give ng. Oh, it is running, right? You gave ng.
Yeah, just I opened it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you saw that the first
Yeah,
program
just
in your browser.
the browser
It will
also.
open in the browser.
Oh.
If it is not opening, you can open up a browser window and navigate to localhost 4200.
I added that one too.
It is open. See there. Last but one. My app, it's there, right? That was automatically opened. So Sudha, good evening. Sudha has joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Sudha,
Rajesh.
what I was telling is, throughout this session, just me taking the like theory or doing hands-on and showing will not help you or will not benefit you. At the end of this training, after like say 40 hours, I want you to feel hands-on on the Angular. So what I planned is, let's utilize the Thursdays and Fridays where you can share your screen and you can ask questions. You can show me whatever you have done, and it will be like reverse presentation. You do the application and I'll see, and if you have any question, then and there we can correct. By this, every week, let's ensure that we are up to the mark and all all four of us are on the same page, and you 100% understood and have done the practical on whatever is done. So as we progress every week, you will also be building the app. Because when you see the video or you see me doing a hands-on, you'll definitely get it. But once you start doing it in practical, you'll come across lots of hurdles, at least for beginners. Okay.
Yeah, I did, Rajesh. Just
Yeah, I did, Rajesh. For this week alone, since we are not prepared, like
Yeah.
we
This
can.
week it's okay.
No, maybe we can have it tomorrow, like
Tomorrow,
that.
yes. From tomorrow we can start.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if you don't get time throughout the week, right? If you are busy with your work and you don't get time to do this, tomorrow you spend this 1 hour and do it in the class itself. By this, you will you need not allocate special hours outside the class and do it. So whatever is done from Monday to Thursday, on the Friday, I mean Thursday or Friday, you can allocate, and on, I mean live, you can do it, and any questions we can discuss. That will benefit more efficient. That's what we do in hands-on in training program, right? Usually the way I do is I take and I have the participants do it simultaneously. Since it is online, I have a feeling like it's just one way and I'm always showing it. But I'm not sure whether you are able to do it or what is the hiccups you are facing, whether you understood properly. So all those things are there. So that's what I thought we'll go in this way.
Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ganesh, you're also fine with this, right?
Yeah, Rajesh, fine.
Okay. So tomorrow, if you don't get time to like install the app and get it up and running tomorrow, then tomorrow in the class itself during the time we can you can do this. Let's have the application up and running. Once all three of you have done it hands-on, then I'll move to the next topic tomorrow itself. If everything is good, so yeah. So but let's say we'll allocate Thursday and Friday especially for this. But if everyone have completed, then let's not waste time. We'll progress on the regular class Thursday and Fridays.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Super. Yes, Janardhan, any questions?
Yeah, just I'm going through the video. Just I did this one. I didn't edit anything in the this editor. Just I'm doing that
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay. No problem. So today you can create an component and try it out.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
But tomorrow
sure.
you can, yeah, let me know if there is some issue. Just follow the second video
Mhm.
and create components. Try importing into the page and see if it
Mhm.
is working.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Okay.
Super, Jana. Good work.
Thank you. I forgot the names. Satish, not
He
Satish.
is Ganesh.
Ganesh.
He is
Hi,
Ganesh,
Ganesh.
and she is Sudha.
Hi, Sudha.
Hi, hi. Hi.
Okay. Yeah. So, Janardhan, do you have anything else to show us today, or
I'm good. Just I will go through the video. Just I will get back to that.
yes, yes, please.
But I'm good,
Can
Rajesh, because we have the recorded sessions, right? But for reference, just keep on following. And before I don't know this editor too.
okay.
Yeah, how to get this just
You can you open up one of your HTML or TS file app?
HTML.
Inside the app it will be. No, in the Sublime. Go to Sublime. Expand the app folder.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah. And go to one of HTML or TS. Anything. You go to okay. And TS just okay. It is not coloring, correct? So to bring that, you go into the project, go to project menu at the top, and not here then. Go to tools, install package control. There is something in the last menu under the tools. Click on that. Okay. Now you go to tools again. There will be not here. Go to project then. Go to preference. Browse. Okay, package control. This menu came, the last menu came because we clicked on the install package control in the tools. Now click on that install package. Click on that. Now it will fetch, wait for a few seconds. Yeah, now type Angular. John Angular CLI. Yeah, the first one. It is going to install. At the bottom right side, you will see that it is getting installed. Or in the bottom, it you will see. Is something happening? I don't see your full screen, but at the bottom, yeah, I don't see.
The whole
Did it tell that it is installed? Now close this and reopen TS file. Yeah, now I see. Now I see your full screen.
Okay.
You close this TS and reopen a file again. No, TS alone. The file you have opened, right? There is a small close. In the tab, there is a close. Do you see that? You got it. It is not opening now. Can you close the Sublime and reopen? Okay, now you go to again project and go to install package. You have to install TypeScript also. Package control. Yeah, package control and install package. Click on install package. Now TypeScript. No, TypeScript. TY.
Oh, TypeScript.
Type TYPESCRIPT. TypeScript is a language. Yes, this one.
Yeah,
See,
now
at the
it's installing.
bottom left, it is showing installing package.
Yeah, install.
Yeah, now close and reopen this file. It should be colored.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So this will visually give you that a class will be in green. Class is a keyword. So if you by mistake, if you type something right as a variable name, it will color and it will tell that it is a keyword. Yeah, these TypeScript errors will help you.
I think the Sublime editor is same like Visual Studio Code.
Yes,
That day we
yes,
discussed, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Visual Studio Code has more features. This is lightweight.
Okay. And we can see here, I see like master like that. We can discuss that later. Because I have doubts in that one also because I am not that much good in GitHub.
Which
I have some doubt.
okay, okay. We are not using GitHub here.
Okay.
We are not using GitHub repository. Okay. So
Yeah,
today
just
you
I will go to
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yes.
I
Today
will
you
go to
try
that
out.
video. Just yeah, I will get back.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will proceed with the session. I'll share my screen. Okay. So can you see the screen?
Yeah, yes, Rajesh.
Okay, good.
Yes,
So just a quick revision on what we went through yesterday. We installed the not this one. We saw what is TypeScript and how an app is loaded from the main TS. It goes to app module, then to app component, then to app component HTML. So that is where we import all of the custom components. So that we saw. Then we saw how to create custom components either manually using we create a file and we write the component syntax using selector, templates, URL, and CSS, or we use the CLI to generate ng, g, c, and we generate a component. If we use CLI, that would automatically add it to the module.ts. If it is manual, we have to add it manually to the TS file. That's what we saw. So we saw editor and CLI inline template. So I showed how to give inline template. Instead of template URL, we have to give template. And inline CSS is where we stop. We have to use this symbol, the tilde symbol, and we can place the CSS. And we saw that CSS can be local CSS for that particular component or a global CSS, and local CSS will override the global CSS. That we saw. Today we'll start with text interpolation, which means which is already there in the default files, whatever is being generated. Now here I am going to give a variable. Let's say I'm going to give my name. Let me do one. I'll declare it inside. Okay, here I'll give my name. I'll come on what are these init methods later. For now, one second. Okay, I'll give this as string type. So I'm declaring a variable as my name. The variable declaration in TypeScript will be variable name followed by the variable. In Java, it is going to be reverse string space my name. So that's the only difference. There won't be any colon. Here we have a colon and followed by the data type. So my name is the variable, data type is the string. Now, if I want to, let me give a default variable name as rs. So now if I want to okay, string constructor, I cannot do this. Okay, let it be. If I want to print this variable here in the my cart, in the my cart component, simply I have to give this double brace. So this double brace is called as string interpolation. So if we see the app component TS file, they have given this title as rs app, and in the app component HTML, okay, I deleted it. There would be if you see your folder, there would be a double brace, and they would have used this title there. That is called string interpolation. If I do, let's try it out. Maybe I am declaring it wrong. Once again, I'll do. I can do any. Okay. I'll do this. No. As a special purpose. So I just create one variable here, and I go to the URL already. If I go where it is, okay, I didn't save it. So if I save it, below the hello, I should be getting that value. So this is called string interpolation. This is a one-way binding. So this is how we send out a variable, not this one, we send out a variable value to the page. Earlier in JSP, we use percentage equal to, that is scriptlet tag, or we use JSP colon, and in the same way here we pass this variable to the HTML page. Next, we will go into like the theory concepts on the component life cycle. We saw what is a component. Components are the basic building blocks using which we develop the Angular application. Now we'll see how the component gets loaded. Servlet, we have an init service destroy. The same way, the component lifecycle starts with ng on changes. The ng on changes will be called if there is any value change. So this is the first which is going to be called. After that, it is going to call ng on init. When the component is getting initialized, we have the ng on init. From the ng on init, it is going to call the ng do check. But I have given few arrows in red and few arrows in black. The red arrow means only once it will be called for a component. Black means for every change in a value, this will be called in the page. Which means if I have this page and I have an input box, when I type something, every time I type, this will be called. And after this is called, it won't go here, because only first time it can go into the red route. Second time it will go through the black route. From here, it can't go here. It will go through the black arrow again. From here, it will not go through the red. It will go through the black, and it will be destroyed. No, okay, I actually changed this. This has to be destroyed, and this is view checked. I was re-altering this, so it came a mistake. Okay. Okay, so what this means is these are the inbuilt methods. So we can override these methods and have our own logic in place. So when we can try out one example.
Override in the sense we have to override in the TS
Here
inside. Okay.
we have to implement this. Let's say this is on init. Okay, I've implemented the on init and I am overriding this method. So now I can give a console.log control inside ng on init. So this function will be called only first time. That's what we saw. This will be called uh, only one time. After that, the second route is through the black. There is no black route here. So when the first time the app is loaded, when we inspect the page,
Rajesh, that means the first preference will go to the red, right?
uh, sorry, you broke up. Can you repeat that?
The first preference is red. If the red is done, it's go to the black line.
Correct.
Okay.
First preference is red. First time it will go through red. Even if one time it has gone through the red, from the second time the black will flow. So
And one more thing, Rajesh, these components are just, you can call like methods or the functions.
the component, these are methods. Whatever the purple box, the ng on change inits, these are all methods inside the component.
Okay.
Okay. But to override this, we have to use that interfaces, it seems.
Yes, we have to implement.
For each method, there is a separate interface.
Yes, I'll show you now. I'll show one more. So let's say I have
On change. Can you do it for on change?
let's go to the documentation, angular.io. I wanted to show you something. How to find out in the documentation. These imports which we are doing, right? Component on init, it is from Angular core. You will not remember anything. You just have to take this and go to the documentation and search. You will get everything there. API reference. Where is the API reference? So this should be your Bible. If what we are going to do, we are going to search for a decorator. Component is a decorator, correct? I said component is a decorator. So you should, just few words you have to know. Class, this is a class. Okay, class, this my cart is a class. We have decorator, we have constant, directive, enum, functions, interest. These are the predefined terminology which the Angular is using. We have module, ng module, you can see it in app module. See here, ng module. So that's a module. We have a type alias, we have a package. So we are interested in my cart. One second, my son has come here. Okay, if we go to this decorator, they have given the component decorator. So I go inside that component decorator, and we can see. I wanted to show you. Okay, here, this is from Angular/core. So this is what you have to go in the import. So if you forget something, or if you don't know, if you just remember the class and from where it's not coming, you can go to the documentation and find it out. Same way, let's go to the component. Getting started, understanding Angular components, component lifecycle. If we go, okay, ng on init, initializing a component in there.
Oh, these are all the methods. They have their own functionalities.
Yes.
That's what we're telling, right? Okay.
Yes. So you asked about on changes. We have to implement this on changes. Okay. So when you give on changes, it will tell we have to just import it here. So from there on changes, if we go to the on change, at the top Angular/core. So I'll just add the on change here itself. And what I have to do, the method name. The method name for on changes ng on change. So I'm just like guiding you how to look into the documentation and not by hearting anything. So here I will give a console.log and I'll show destroy. For on change, we need an input tag. I'll show on change. Same way, I'll do ng on destroy. Console.log ng on destroy. But this also only when we go about routers, you will know. Otherwise, you cannot. You will not be able to test it out. We cannot see only the unit we can see. When we have a text box, I can show you that. Okay, Sudha, did it clear? This is how you implement.
Okay.
And once you implement the methods, you have to. These are the methods. So to find out what all you can implement, you go to the documentation. You can see the interface. So this is an interface. What is the interface name? On changes. So this interface you have to implement, and the method name they have given here. This is the method you have to write. Okay, good.
Rajesh, we can execute the code, right? What you written?
It's already executed. As soon as I save, it is executed.
Okay.
I got this control inside ng on in it.
Okay.
So the first ng on changes is not there in the page because there is no input box to change any values. So it didn't go here. It went to the on in it.
Okay.
Now we can give ng do check.
Can we give manually with any event trigger or like that?
Yeah, for that we need again Anna, I'll show you how to change the value in 2 minutes. I'll add the input box and then we can check it out.
No, my doubt itself is different. I mean, other than the input box, can we manually trigger with on event like that, on click or on?
We can have a button.
Without button, can we create our own event? I mean, do we have that that option in Angular 11?
Events are there. You mean event emitter?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the exact exact word, but can we create events on our own?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
When we discuss about the events and observables section, I will show you how to create your own events. We have subjects, we have events which are very highly used and very efficient way for coding. You need to know both. Once you master these concepts, right? Especially subject, more than the event, I'll tell that there is something as behavior subject. That will help pass the data across components where like there is no link between the components. So when we go over that, I'll explain you. We can work on that.
Yeah.
So for now, I'll add one more life cycle event. So ng do check. I'll take this method. Let's see if it is coming in.
Rajesh, this Angular, everything is front end of the website, right?
Everything is front end. There is no back end. This is a web technology. Okay. To know what is the for ng do check, we have to go here. You find out the interface name.
And one more thing, Rajesh, the backend means just usually we have to create some buttons and we have to store that values in the server and we have to get back. That one will come like backend.
No, the data from Angular will be sent to the backend.
Okay.
Backend will be Java, PHP, or .NET, where we receive the values.
Okay.
Was that the question?
Yeah, I'm good. Just I'm asking the difference in back from the front end and the back end.
Okay, sure. So I have to go here on changes. On changes is thing. On changes is the interface. Now on do check. Let's see. So do check is the interface. There is a search here, right? You can just whatever you know, you can type in there and it will take. This is actually very efficient for coding. Especially when you learn, I would tell to go through this one. Do check. Oh, okay, I have to add it. Not only here, I have to add it to the import. Only then TypeScript will know that there is something like this. Okay, let's do a console.log. So it has gone inside init and it has gone inside do check. And we saw that every time it will go through the do check when the page is loaded. So first time it went through, there something else happened inside the page and again do check got loaded because it only one time in it will be loaded. So this is how the life cycle goes, and it has its own meaning. Like when the content means this content. When the content is initialized, then this method will be called. When the content is checked for errors, validations, all those things, then this will be called. After the view is checked, it will be called. When the view is initialized, this will be called. Finally, when you move out of the component, destroy will be called. What is the use of these functions? This depends on the business functionality of your project. Let us say I want to run a function only when the page is initialized. Then I can put it here. I can put it init or ng after view init. Here also I can put it. Here I can. Mostly what we do, we use this ng on init. When the page is getting initialized, which means the view has not loaded. You see the view, let us say after view init, I'll call ng after view init. So mostly it will be just after view init. I'm just assuming, and this will be from same package. Okay. Okay, there is no view. By view, we have like a child view, right? We have a child view which is embedded. We'll go over that again. So these things, the use of these life cycle method is for the developers to write their logic in appropriate place when based on the need. When I want something to be done before the page is loaded, I'll do in init. So in this case, if I do something in ng on init, it will be this will take care, this will be executed first and then the page will be loaded. Okay, let us say here the my name is rs, right? And inside I'm going to change this dot my name equal to updated inside. Let's see what happens. See, the updated only came, even though initially it is rs. It ran inside the end, which means what is happening even before the page is loaded, this is called. So first this is called, only then the page is loaded. That's what it means. Understood?
Rajesh, could you please go to that slide Uh-huh. Rajesh, for example, if I want to call ng after content initialize init, you can see right ng after
Yes.
content. If, if I want to call that one, the first two has to be done
So
or
you can
direct.
no, actually you cannot call any of these methods. This will be called in the life cycle of the component. You can write your logic wherever at whatever point you need, you can insert your logic. I want something to be inserted before the during the initialization, I'll write inside this method. If I want to write something after the content is initialized, I'll write here. These things will be called by the component internally, by the Angular internally.
Okay, I got you, Rajesh. That's what I'm asking. If I want to call the ng after, the first two things, ng on it, on init, and ng go check has to be. I have to write those two first. I have to call
No,
those two.
you will not call. Here we are not calling anything, right? I'm not calling any of the. See what I did. I just gave a sysout inside this method. I'm not
Mhm.
calling anywhere. I'm not calling this method. Usually, what we do, let's say, I'll write my own function. My own function. Okay. In this case, if I want to call this function somewhere, 1 second. Okay. So my own function console.log my function. When I run this program, this sysout will not come. I mean, this console will not come, right?
Yes.
Because we are not calling anywhere. If I call this function inside a method, let us say inside the init. Okay, what is the problem? Incurrently implements the interface on change because I removed the ng on change method. So I'll remove this also, and I removed what else? After view init, okay, I'll get rid of this one. Do checks after view init. This one I'll go. Okay. Now we have two functions, ng on init and my own function. The ng on init sysout, the console log is called, but mine is not called. Why? This is called internally. This function is triggered internally by Angular. I will not call this anywhere. But if I
Yeah,
want
that's,
my
uh-huh.
function to be called, I will call from here explicitly this dot call my own function. Now
That's what I'm asking, Rajesh. Internally, the Angular is going to
call this.
yeah, ng. If you go to that slide, the component flow slide, if I want to, if the Angular has to call ng, do check what they're going to do. Just we're going to write that method, right?
Now, even if we don't write the method, Angular has this method internally. It will call and it will go. If you want to write some business logic, especially during the ng do check, you write the method and you call.
Okay. And you are telling there is a flow here. And why you are telling the flow? Because whatever the thing I need, I'm going to write that method, and I'm going to tell to the container, to the component to call. Okay. And we were telling there is a flow here, and we have to follow. First, we have to write ng on.
No. This is not for us to follow. This is all these you see is internally there. Okay. Angular has all these methods internally. It is
So
going to
Angular calls internally, right? This is the way which Angular calls.
correct. I am just telling you this is how Angular works. The component works this way internally. So all these methods are there internally. That is how every component is being working. That's the life cycle of a component. Even if I don't give anything here, right? Let's say I don't give this init method. Still Angular will call the ng on init. But we can't see. That's all. That's the only difference. If we don't give ng init, it doesn't mean we have deleted the ng on init. It means I don't have any special feature to be done in ng on init. You do whatever you are doing regularly.
Okay. If we write like ng after view init,
That means what that, okay, if you are going to write something like this, it means here I don't have any special feature. Here I don't have any special. You call this internally, whatever you want, do it. But when you are calling your function, which you have internally, you also call my function here. I have something to do.
that means I have to write this the remaining 4. Yeah.
No. You need not write any of. Okay, your question is, if I'm going to write this function, should I write all these?
Yes,
And
yes,
then
yes.
no, you need not. It is understood. If you don't write something, it means it will call all the functions internally. Angular will take it implicitly.
Internal, and then it will go to ng after view
Correct.
init, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Every time it will check whether the guy has written whether he has overwritten and written something. If he is not written, it's going to just do its own duty.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay.
I mean, similar to servlets, right? Init, destroy.
Similar to
Servlets, init, destroy.
yes. That is what init, service, destroy. There we had 3. Here the life cycle is a bit different. Because
one doubt actually.
Yes, please.
See, ng after content check. This particular method is there, right? We have only black arrows to this method. I mean, initially it is like, can I understand, like initially it won't called, or how can we take that, Rajesh?
Initially it will be called. It will go through the red line.
No. From the ng content in it.
Where it is?
See, we have ng after content in it, right?
This one?
Below one. Yeah, below one. Yes. Yeah. Okay. From any of the links, there is no red link, red arrow. From
no.
check.
No. It will go from here. Okay. This has to be made red. Then is that what you are asking, right? There is no red arrow. Yeah. You are thinking like the control will stop here, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure like how the control will go. Like as you said before, black line is for every change, but for initializing, you told red, right?
Okay, so, I'll make it red.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Good. Now clear?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So you need to understand the reason we are spending time on this component lifecycle is in the project. You need to understand where you have to write your business logic. Sometimes you have to keep it in ng on it. Sometimes you have to write it after the view is initialized, after the content is loaded. Because sometimes what we need to do is entire page has to load. After it is loaded, we have to write some logic to change the value or change the color, all those things. Sometimes when the page is getting destroyed, we have to log out the user. That time we have to write the logic here on destroy. This will be called when the component is removed. So when the component is loading, this how many components are here? This is one component, right? Menu works is one component. Shopping zone is another component. My cart works is another component. Inside the my cart itself, the hello is there. So 3 components are here now. Let us say I remove this component and bring one more component in. That time I might want to log out the user or delete any values which is stored here. That time we use the destroy. So when the component is destroyed, you have to do these logics. It purely depends on the project.
Rajesh, could you please go to Sublime editor? You wrote like 4 components that
I removed everything now.
Okay.
I can bring back. Yeah. I have destroy also. I had destroy. What happened? Maybe I didn't write them. Okay.
One more doubt, Rajesh, like why the destroy method is kept separate? Is there any
because it will not be called if something is going to call the destroy, then every time the one destroy means it's dead. So
Sorry.
there is no logic in linking this with the dead, because this is a life cycle every,
Okay.
but this will be called only when the component is removed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Removed from the view.
Correct, removed from the
Okay.
view.
That's
But
good.
if I am going to link it here, when I do some change, it will be removed from the view, right? It doesn't make a sense. It will not give a correct meaning. So this
I
is
didn't get
one. I'm
I didn't
sorry.
get it, Rajesh. On
No, she
NG
was
destroy.
asking why there is no link between these boxes and this one. Why it is hanging separately.
If it is like that, finally it's going to destroy, right? That's what.
Uh, Finally, when the content is removed from the view, finally only it will go. If I link here, which means
Everything is going to destroy.
everything. Yeah, that is not true. That is not a true statement. So I cannot link it. So this has to be understood that when the component is removed, the destroy will be called. Like there is no input here, right? We don't know from where it is getting called. The same way from somewhere this will be called by the Angular. These two have the same parent. The reason we spend time on this is if you go if you tell you have worked on Angular, or if you know Angular, like component life cycles is very important. um, People might ask like what are the different methods you can use in a component. Inbuilt methods means these are the inbuilt methods. Mostly we write in on init. Destroy will be called. We have ng on change. When the page value is changing, we call ng on change. So these things you should know. That's why it's important to know this. Anyway, we'll use it hands on so that it sticks to your brain. But that's why we have to spend some time in it. Any questions so far?
Rajesh, in Sublinator, you told I wrote 4 components. Can I see that 4 components?
Yeah, 4. So I implemented 4. What is this? On change, but on change, ng on change is missing. I deleted it. Okay, I'll control Z. Okay, I brought back everything. Yeah, these are the 4 components. On init, not 4 components, 4 lifecycle methods I'm implementing. I'm implementing these interfaces. On change, on init, do check, and after view init.
Okay, we have only one component, but
Yeah, one component.
4,
These are the lifecycle.
okay, 4.
These are the lifecycle methods. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So this we will see tomorrow, but for now we will see how to transfer the values. I think we saw already, right?
Rajesh, could you please go to that post 4200?
Yeah.
We got menu works, shopping zone works, my cart works. Hello, where we wrote in the code these ones?
Where?
Where we wrote in Sublinator.
In the HTML. So menu works. Okay. It's all tied with the. It's all linking in the app component HTML. An app component, I called the component app menu. Inside the app menu, HTML menu works.
Okay.
Okay. And app component, second component is app shopping cart. We go to shopping cart and HTML, shopping cart works. And app component HTML, third component I'm importing is app my cart. If I go to my cart, I have the my cart works, I have the hello, I have this dynamically passed value from the component.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay, great. I think so. Then we'll stop here for today. This we'll see tomorrow. So I have this emitters. So all those things. So we'll stop here for today then. Tomorrow, to begin with, let's have the practical session. If you're not able to build the application in the session, we can do. Otherwise, you can go over whatever you have built. So each one of us can share the screen and display it. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, Rajesh. Rajesh, for this Angular, do you have any uh, document like these are the topics we are going to cover?
Yeah, I showed it initially, right? So the first slide was course content. These are the topics we are going to cover.
Okay.
It's in the video one.
Okay.
We have the components. We are going over the components. Modules slightly, I said. Now binding, I just started. One-way binding, I started. One-way binding is the double flower brace. I can show you something quickly today. Okay, we have something. This is a one-way binding. One-way binding means from the parent, okay, my name I have given, and this value I am passing it to the HTML as double brace. Now I'll add one input field here. Input type equal to text. Let's see whether it's coming or not. Just one input text box should come. Okay, input text box has come. Now I want to bind whatever the user is typing into a variable in the TypeScript. For that, what we give ng model. We have something. You have to give a square bracket. Inside the square bracket, parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis ng model. If you give like this and equal to my name, what this means is whatever the user is typing, you bind it to a my name. You should get an error. What is the error? Error ng8002 can't bind to ng model since it's not a known property of input, which means the input tag does not know what ng model is. Hey, you have given something different. I am not aware of it. Please educate me. To educate Angular what a component is, what we did, we added in app module that this is the component. Please know this, and when someone is asking, use this. Correct? Do you remember this?
Yes, Rajesh. Yesterday.
Yes. So this is where we are educating Angular that all of our components, we have to register it here. The same way, ng model is something not known to Angular. We have to register it. To register, what we have to do, just go to the documentation and see what is the package ng model. It is a directive. Directive is something which we'll go over. We have the directives here. We have directives. What is directive? It is inside Angular.
Rajesh, we can say like packages.
No, directive is not package. Directive is something which is given inside a tag. Okay.
But to know the Angular, we are going to use this.
Yes. So this ng model is inside ng mod forms module. Okay. It's inside the forms module. So what we have to do, we have to copy this forms module and register it in the app module. I have to import the form module, the external module, and where the form module is Angular/forms. So go here. This ng model is inside the form module. It is from Angular. Now we are registering so that the input tag knows that there is something as forms module at Angular/forms. Okay. Now we have educated the super. It has come. See. Now we have educated that input that there is something you should be aware of. I will be using this. So when I use this, what you have to do, whatever user types, you put it inside this variable my name. And we are outputting the my name. Whatever is there in the my name, I'm printing it here. Whatever is typing, it is being sent to my name. So it goes to my name. From my name, it comes and displays. So if I type something, it will display next to it. My name is Rajesh. This content will be pushed to my name variable using ng model. That is what ng model does. It's nice to see, right? You got the concept?
Yeah.
So this is here what is happening, one-way binding. From the input we are sending to the variable. Here one-way binding. From variable it is
Here,
coming to the page.
Rajesh, binding means just we are going to display what we are going to
Binding
write.
means data transfer. It is one-way data transfer. From input box it goes to the variable. From the variable it comes to the page.
Okay.
Binding means the value is getting binded to the variable.
Okay.
Okay. So this is something quickly I wanted to show.
What
So
what about two-way binding?
two-way I'll show you. Two-way comes with the forms. We can have a. I'll show in detail. That's a different.
Okay.
So we started with components. We just finished the components. We are yet to go into modules and bindings. We are yet to go. Then we'll have directives, services, and dependency injection, routing, observable. During observable only, you'll have the emitters and we'll have the subjects. Emitters. These are all implies, emitters and the subject. They're all single part. Then we have the forms, pipes, request authentication, routing, deploy the app, and NGRX. This is the course. Okay. So
Okay,
for,
Rajesh.
yeah.
Rajesh, I have one question.
Yes.
The difference between the package and directives?
Package is different. Directive is different. Package is just a box where you hold some files or some things. But directive is something which comes into action, which does some value. Example, box is the package which doesn't do anything. Okay, let's say you have a pump which can suck the water and push it to the overhead like tank. Okay, or not even tank. It just takes the input water and puts an output. That this pump has a function, right, by its own. Whereas the box, it does not have a function. It can only hold the pump. That's the difference. A package cannot do any function. It is just a place, logical place to hold all the things. But a pump by itself is a directive. It can do some functionalities.
Okay, it has their own. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good, Rajesh.
Okay, good. So we'll pause today with here. So tomorrow we'll start with the practical session. Like each one of you can share your screen and we can go over till whatever we have done here, like ng model. So if you run the code, when you type something, it has to be displayed in the content here. So till then till this we'll do tomorrow. If time permits, I'll continue with the next topic, or else we'll stop with this tomorrow, depending on how what pace it's going on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then.
Rajesh, and one more thing. Do we have section on weekends? This section I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
Weekends I am actually tied up with another session where I am attending a session. I am preparing myself for German and Japanese and Sanskrit. So I am going classes on weekends. Actually, once that is done, I've planned because many of them are office goers and they'll have only during weekend. So I know that, and few of them have also requested, but it's that I have started this my training in like a month back. So until June end, I have my trainings. So after that only, maybe I can think of weekend sessions.
Okay.
I'll let you know on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then. So
See
thank
you.
you for joining.
Bye.
See you tomorrow, same time.
Thanks, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.